Speed's presentation of the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown is brought to you by Toyota Care. We want to thank Toyota for making it possible for you to see this race live on Speed and for us to help Denny Hamlin raise money for some very good causes. A three-car pileup down in turns 1 and 2. Woody Howard, number 30 on the inside. Patty Rodenbeck, 82 in the middle. And it looked like Pietro Fittipaldi in that yellow and black number 1 comes down the hill right there. No room.
Yeah, I just don't think he knew that they were too wide underneath him. And as Denny said, you don't want to be up in that third lane unless you have to be. He needed to stay up there or back off and let those guys have the entrance to the corner.
Well, we're wondering if Jeff Burton has anything for Tony Stewart, Bob.
Simple answer, yes. We didn't get to interview him, Mike, during the lightning round during that lap 50 break, but I did get a chance to talk to Jeff Burton, and here's what he told me. He says, you know what, Tony Stewart's better in the center, but I'm better coming up off the corner. We're going to make some changes, he told me. So I talked to his crew chief, Matt McCall, who's on the left side of your screen. I said, what changes did you make? He said, we're going to let the driver do all the work. So no changes on that race car. They think they have a dynamite car, can catch Tony Stewart and pass him in the final laps of the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown.
I tell you what, that guy right there on the left-hand side, Matt McCall, he's a heck of a racer himself.
He won a lot of races, didn't he?
Absolutely. He raced a lot with me at Hickory Motor Speedway, and yeah, heck of a talent there.
13 laps to go, so it'll be 11 or so when we get the green. Only 2 leaders. Tony Stewart has led most of the way now. Greg Edwards, the pole sitter, out front from the start. Stewart worked his way up and underneath after several laps. Jeff Burton has not led, but has been right in position to challenge. And watch that number 91. Ben Rhodes, you wouldn't know from looking at the race he's driven that young fella is but 15 years old, driving for Marcus Ambrose.
We talked about it earlier, Denny. It's amazing how much young talent that we have in our sport right now, and so many of them are right here running the K&N race earlier as well as this race.
Yeah, the up-and-coming talent here, it seems like we kind of went through a lull about 4 or 5 years where we had a big rookie crop coming in NASCAR, and then now it seems like there's a resurgence of that. There's a lot of young kids that are starting to turn that age where they're being able to be eligible for these races, and now you're getting to see them show what they got.
Getting ready to go green. 11 laps to go when they come back, and Stewart's got a big start on Burton, who doesn't get going.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Jeff to bounce back from that right there. He's got to get some good track position.
How about Joey Logano now up to second?
How did that happen?
Boy, Joey really took advantage of the mix-up caused by Jeff Burton's poor start.
Boy, sliced bread to second place. Stewart, Logano, Edwards, the front 3. And Burton back to 5th behind Butler. Bob?
And Jeff Burton broke a transmission in practice earlier today, so they had to borrow one, and Matt McCall just told me he's really not used to the gearing in that transmission. He might have just missed a shift on that restart as Kyle Busch slows down.
Don't know what's wrong with Kyle Busch, but it took him way up the racetrack, out of harm's way, and he slides to the back of the field.
Doesn't look like Joey Logano is able to keep the pace of Tony Stewart like Jeff Burton was earlier, but Jeff now is mired back in the 5th spot as we watch Kyle Busch make his way back to the pits.
Yeah, you slip back a few positions, and it's just worth a couple of tenths of track of lap time per lap. So Jeff's got he really needs another caution here. He'll start on the inside line if he does, and that should give him another shot.
Car up toward the wall, sparks fly, turn 2, but everybody straightens out. And Logano's under fire for second place. Edwards coming back.
Greg gets underneath him. He's got a nose up beside him.
Boy, if Edwards can come off the corner even with Logano, he's got a good shot to take second place down in turn 3, and he's done it.
I tell you someone we really got to give a shout out to is Jason White. He had 1 lap of practice. I know that because he got into my mess in the first lap. He's had no practice. He started 35th. He's already up to 11th. So great run by that team.
You wonder where he may have been able to run had he got a better starting spot as well as a little bit of practice.
Edwards got a little loose right there, almost got into Logano, gives him some room. And there is Jason White, right side of your screen, trying to break his way into the top 10 against Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell has that 10th spot. Jason's fighting for it. Clint King right in front of him, 07, is a 9th place car.
5 laps to go. And Edwards secures 2nd. Logano now 3rd.
Brandon Butler now has made his way up into the 4th spot right behind Logano. And there's Jeff Burton back in 5th.
And Ben Rhodes going to have a night to be proud of. He's right there with the leaders, albeit in 6th place. Bob?
Kyle Busch's car not right all night long, but basically he went into turn number 3 and the brake pedal went right to the floor. Kyle Busch done for the night, 2-time winner of the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown.
It's not been a good night for previous winners of this race.
No, about the only one who's having any luck is C.E. Falk III, who's running in 8th place right now. Winner 2 years ago.
Good battle for 2nd, but nobody has anything for Tony Stewart right now.
No, he's out in front by 1.6. Jason White wants more. He's 10th. Going up against the 07 of Clint King for 9th place.
I know they had to change the radiator, the front bumper. Pretty much the whole front of this car was demolished after practice. So he's really made a heck of a charge here.
Well, Joey Logano's he's really going to have to work to hold on to 2nd place for 1.5 more laps. Not sure he can do it.
Brandon Butler gets underneath him as they get down to turn number 1.
No contact, good clean racing. Logano slips off 2 and loses 2nd. Tony Stewart off turn 4 is going to win the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown. 2nd to Edwards. And 3rd to Brandon Butler. Jeff Burton 4th and Joey Logano 5th. Ben Rhodes in 6th. Wallace, Falk, White, and Campbell the top 10.
Good mix of guys right there in the top 5. You got 3 of the Cup guys. You got 2 of the local short track superstars. So it's a great run by Greg Edwards. I used to race against him at Langley, so great run for them. But congratulations to Tony. He showed up here and whipped them today.
Well, and we're all very proud of what you've done to put this event together, Denny, and to raise over $1 million over the last 4 years, not counting tonight, for some really great causes, principally cystic fibrosis. Great job.
Yeah, very proud of everything that everyone's done, and obviously Speed Channel for helping us out, MRN for helping put this call in the race as well. So this is what it's all about, helping to grow this event, and you know, great to see we put on a great show tonight. I hope the fans enjoyed it.
Bob?
Tony Stewart told us before this one, if he didn't perform, this guy Lee McCall was going to fire him. Well, you don't have to fire him now. You're going to victory lane.
No, Tony's a great driver. He can drive anything, and you know, I'm so glad that he drove for us. And you know, we've had a great car. Matt DiBetto tested for us, did a great job, and thanks to him and thanks to JD Bowrider for coming aboard. And you know, it's fun, and Tony and I have kept in touch over the years, and he promised me he'd do the best he could, and he might need a little coach, and I didn't believe that.
Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Lee McCall, a veteran of the NASCAR wars, Mike.
Absolutely. And they were flawless. They won the 2nd practice. Stewart went to the lead and never looked back. Led the last 44 laps. Hermie?
Well, just catching up with Greg Edwards. Haven't seen you in a long time. Great day for you guys. I know you wanted to win, but qualify up front. Finish 2nd. Tell us about your night.
Man, we had an awesome night. I got to thank Randy Sears Santa Gravel for letting me drive this Ford. This thing was a rocket ship down the straightaways, and we were turning real good. It's just Tony was getting through too a little better than me, you know. And he showed me something. I went ahead and let him get in front of me, and he showed me how to widen my entrance up a little bit more and just wait on it and try to get off the bottom. I did that, but I mean, it's hard to beat the laps these guys got around here. Him and Jeff Burton. I mean, my gosh, to get beat by Tony Stewart, how bad is that? We had a great time. I got to thank Denny Hamlin for putting on this race. It's a it's a fun time to be able to come here. I love this racetrack. It's a blast to drive. Driving against Tony and right there Logano at the end, it's nothing but fun. I enjoyed myself.
That right there is what this race is all about, guys.
Absolutely. Denny, we'll let you go down and celebrate with Tony and with all the rest of the fellas. Great job tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
More to come from Richmond right after this.